What's up guys? Okay, welcome back for part 2. If you missed out on part 1 about my review of the Hermit Youkai archetype, at least my decklist, the decklist you see here, you can always check out part 1. As mentioned in part 1, I think there are two different versions of the Hermit Youkai deck you can play. This is one of them, a more beatdown / hunter approach of the deck, like extra normal summon, spam your field full of Hermit Youkais and just beat down on your opponent. I think it's, at this moment with the current support, much better than the more pendulum-based deck with your pendulum monsters that you see here in the extra deck. Anyway, let's see some duels. So the first duel is against Qliphort, or Qliphort as they are called, right? I think compared to Qliphort are obviously better compared to Hermit Youkais, since it's much more competitive and much more consistent, and of course the OTK potential is very much live or bigger compared to Hermit Youkai. He gets a nice start with his tool and with his genome or gnome, as it's called, I think, also with the sacrifice setup. I take the, what is it called, the Tensu, activate the Tenki to search out one of my Hermit Youkais. I believe the Kamamitachi, the one, most of the time your Kamamitachi, or at least you will search out your Kamamitachi with your Tenki. Kamamitachi is your 1500. The one that when another Hermit Youkai monster on your side of the field deals damage to your opponent, you can search out a Hermit Youkai card from your deck. So that's why he'll be the most important one to search out with Tenki. But yeah, as you see, he flips over Skill Drain, and unless I draw into a Mystical Space Typhoon, I think he has the game. That's so stupid about the Qliphort deck. The Qliphort deck can play a lot of floodgate cards. They can main Vanity's Emptiness, they can main Skill Drain without any hinder to their own deck, to their own strategy. And that's why the Qliphort deck is such a problem. I'm definitely not looking forward when we get them in the TCG. And here, I think going for Excitonight was my only option to get rid of his field, to get rid of his tool, to get rid of his Skill Drain. And thanks to Compulsory, of course, it's chained on the Excitonight effect. But I invested so many cards, and my opponent still has one tool, and I believe the Archive, or at least its name got changed. But with the scale of 1, so he can, as you see, he can just set up the Pendulum Scale again and spam his field full, and that's game over. The Skill Drain definitely hurt. Anyway, the second duel against Qliphort, also a very good one. I think I get to start. Most of the time, as I said in game 1, or at least in part 1 of the video, my previous video, most of the time I like going second. Let my opponent start, since I need that 6th card. The 6th card can be the shrine. It can be an extra monster you can use to fuel your shrine. So that's why I prefer the 6th card over just opening with 5 cards. Obviously, going to prison his monster. Prison is not that useful against Qliphort, since it will just get popped by the Gnome, I believe it's called, Genome. So normal summon my Kamamitachi, get an extra summon. Now it's pretty much, I have to spam my field full, I have to get in a lot of damage as quickly as possible. So get the 1600 to the field and use its extra normal summon to special summon, to normal summon another Kamamitachi to the field. Then my 1600 does damage, so I can search out a Hermit Youkai card from my deck and into my hand, which will be the technique. So I can activate my Shrine. So remove 3 counters and search out the Magat. Magat is the one that when it's summoned, you can special summon another Hermit Youkai from your deck to the field. So it's to open a few Exceed plays if possible. So I have 2 techniques set. But I know my monsters are getting bounced back to the hand. That's also one of the advantages, the Pendulum deck, as you can just activate your Pendulum monsters and set them up in your Pendulum scale. And at that moment you control a Hermit Youkai monster, so at that moment your techniques are live. Anyway, as you see, he sets up his Apoqliphort killer. That's not good. I lose my technique here because of the Genome pop. He's also going to activate the Killer effect, so I am forced to discard, I believe, one of my Hermit Youkais from my hand. Although I have a small top deck here, is get everything on board. So get my 1800 on board, and as you know, the 1800 Kamaitachi, I believe it's called, can attack directly. And I deal 900 damage, I believe, and he's left with 550. And I think he has Divinity's Emptiness on the field, but is not going to activate it. Maybe it didn't saw that coming, the Cowboy, but I still play Cowboy in the extra deck, so that's game over. Wasn't looking too good. I think, yeah, this duel definitely wasn't the duel I should have won. But anyway, I take it, so I don't care. Anyway, GG. Then two duels against Geargia. He gets a nice start with the Ogre, or the Augur I believe it's called, so activate my Shrine. This is one of the downsides, that the Hermit Yokais cannot extra normal summon the same card, like the card with the same name, so I can only get one counter on my Shrine here. Although that would have been nice. Normal summon an extra Hermit Yokai and then activate the bounce effect to get rid of the Gear Gigant. That would have been nice. But sadly I can't, so get the draw the Yama, which is also a decent draw, so get another counter, so that's 2, and use the tribute summon, the extra normal summon for the tribute summon to put Yama on board. Try to attack over his Gear Gigant, or at least try to get the Catastor effect to destroy his Gear Gigant. He's forced to Book of Moon. I did not activate my my Shrine yet, depending on his back row. If my Yama would have survived, I would have definitely searched out another technique, but it's face down, so yeah, it's pretty much a guaranteed. That's going to get destroyed. So that's why I'm going to search out one of my monsters instead. He's going to spam his field full. With all these Gear Gigants, which is fine. I think I'm going to prison one of them. Yeah, one of them, of course, with the materials. And I take 3 to the face, which is fine. I do have the 1600 one in my hand, so I can bounce back one Gear Gigant back to the extra deck, so it's all good. So I get a normal summon, get the counter on the Shrine, normal summon the other one, and then use this normal summon to tribute summon for the Yama. Again, get a counter and send back the Gear Gigant, the live Gear Gigant, back to the extra deck. Then attack over his Gear Gigant and use the Catastor effect from my Yama and get in for 16. So search out another technique, since I know my Yama is not going to get bounced, since it's not special summon, so it's it stays on the field. So I think I'm in a very good position. He draws into a Wiretap, which is fine. He sets one card, so it's obviously an armor, or maybe in hand. It's also possible, but I think it's obviously an armor. So normal summon to get another counter, attack with Yama over his armor. He's going to search out another accelerator, with his Augur in hand, a decent pick. Get in for 16, and the 1600 monster is bounced back to my hand, which is all fine. But yeah, he's still left in a difficult position. He cannot attack since he used Augur's effect. I think he goes for Gear Gigant, indeed, to get back an accelerator, because he has some nice option with nice options with his Call of the Haunted. Drawn to MST, Hermit Yokai monster would have been nice here to set up another counter on the Shrine. To get, at least I would have been able to search out the technique from my deck, which is what I want to say. Getting very low, getting to 900, so it's very close. In the end phase is going to activate the Call, obviously on the armor, to get the flip on the next turn. So my monster is bounced back, and I believe in the draw phase, indeed. Obviously I'm going to activate the MST on his Call. I don't want to give him the free draw, but I'm left at 3-4, but as we know, he has the Wiretap set. I do have the technique, so I think, okay, nice, I'm going to technique the castle. But he reveals the Wiretap, so my Yama is bounced back, and I don't have any defenses, so he can attack for a game. Very unfortunate, since I think I was in a very good position. But that's game over. Anyway, the last duel, he gets to start, or at least I let him start. Then looking at my hand is very good. I think I'm going to MST right off the bat, hopefully hitting the warning, hitting the Fiendish Chain. It's at least one less card he can use to combat, or to have something, have an answer to my cards. So my Shrine is at 3 counters. Because I get Yama on board, the 2/3 attacker, because it was pretty much a given fact that this set was an armor. and I need to get rid of it, or at least yeah, try to attack over it. If he has a second Mirror Force, okay, it's game over for him. If he doesn't, I'm still live in a duel. So in main phase 2, I get to search with the Shrine. I believe I search out one of my, yeah, the 1500 one. So he's going to search out the Geargia. Yeah, I did not activate the Phoenix Chain on the Augur because I didn't want to run into, yeah, just in case he has an accelerator already set up in his hand. That's why. But in the end, it didn't really matter because he had the wiretap, so it didn't really matter in the long run. This is nice, he enters an open field, so I can normal summon my Kawamitachi, get its extra normal summon to normal summon the 1600, get some extra counters on the Shrine, use my 1600's effect to bounce back his Geargia, so get him, get him for some massive damage. Massive damage, very nice. Get an extra search. Yeah, this is one of the advantages the Hermit Youkai archetype has. You can search out your barriers every time you deal damage with your Hermit Youkais. And I know my Yama stays on the field because it was tribute summoned and not special summoned, so that's nice. There is the Arsenal, which I'm forced to at least activate the technique. I have the second one set up just in case he has something like Dark Hole or whatever. And yeah, here I know it's obviously game over because we have the technique set, so get an extra normal summon and yeah, do the 100 like yeah, spam, get your extra normal summon, spam your field full, fuel your shrines, search out, I believe, my last technique. Yeah, indeed. But yeah, we know it's game over. He has a Mirror Force, which was a nice top deck on his part, but we have the technique, so that's game over. GG, well played. Yeah, anyway, let's see the deck list again. So yeah, all in all, I think the Hermit Youkai deck, or at least yeah, this kind of deck, this kind of version of the Hermit Youkai deck, the more hunter approach, is a bit better compared to the Pendulum deck, since the Pendulum monsters aren't that great. They need much more investment to set up, yeah, to set up your Pendulum scale, and I think at this moment it's not worth the investment. But yeah, maybe I'll come back to the archetype later when I test out the Pendulum scale a bit more. Yeah, anyway, if you have any suggestions for upcoming duels, upcoming archetypes, and so on, you can always leave them in the comment section down below. Yeah, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lead them signing out. Peace.